What about the business of freestyle? Like you kind of paved the way with getting these outside sponsors. You know, you had some amazing sponsors. You still do. You know, shout out to JAXXON and the JX1, brand new watch. But like, how do you see the business of freestyle supercross, even for you?
Well, when I was coming up, those guys were so marketable already. And then, I mean, Australia, they didn't even factor in. All the American sponsors were like, oh, they're going to do some crusty tour thing. But in Australia, it was huge. But over here, you know, they had all the corporate sponsors. He was sponsored by
Echo, Panasonic.
A bunch of different brands. And this went Panasonic.
There was Target that sponsored a bunch of people,
Yeah, so there was a lot more outside corporate sponsors in there. And then it had the TV platform for the contest.
Boost Mobile, like there was a bunch of outside sponsors.
Yeah, so
Samsung,
those guys already doing that when I came over and had a manager with Wasserman. Like it kind of just, the doors were already open thanks to these guys. So it was basically you get a gear deal, a shoe deal. Shoe deals were huge back then.
Yeah,
no one gets a shoe deal.
Stupid.
So yeah, energy drink, shoe deal, you know, bikes, graphics. It's funny, you look at the old contracts and it's got a magazine bonus in there. Sponsor will give you a check if you get an ad in a magazine.
Get the cover, 15 grand, one page, 5 grand, half a page.
Yeah, so that's how it's changed now. Like no one even mentions a magazine in a contract.
No, but now you get social media bonuses. Like I remember when I rode for Weed Maps, it's like, oh, if you get 50,000 likes, you get this much. If you get 100,000 likes, you get this much.
You're kidding me.
No, yeah.
He was too high to invoice for it.
No, I was not too high to invoice for it. I invoiced every motherfucking one.
That might be one of the funniest jokes I've heard all year. So that's actually really funny. So
if I get high, I'm thinking about the invoice.
Because for people that don't know that's actually a very funny joke. So like when you rode for Weed Maps, in terms of like strategy with sponsors, because I always look at the business side as well. And that's like an interesting point. You bring up a magazine sponsor. Weed Maps is a massive brand. Mm-hmm. They sponsored you. Are they still sponsoring you for motocross?
No, I haven't messed with them for a long time.
They sponsored Bierman for a while, but then when he got the Red Bull deal, Red Bull said no.
Yeah. So
when I told Bierman, go be an athlete, I'm like, you can always be a pothead, but go be a fucking athlete right now, dude.
Yeah, Bierman came on the podcast and talked about that when he was faced with that Red Bull. He said Twitch, and Twitch's wife came through and really guided them, which is true too. A lot of people, they get caught up on the money. But sometimes that short-term money, and I'm talking about a year or 2 years, not long-term, it could dictate your entire net worth forever because you blew it.
And look at the projects he's done with Imagination.
Yeah, they back him and that's what I told him. Like, dude, I go, yeah, you may be getting more money here, but long-term, you're going to make way more money being over here. Like 100%. They're just going to promote you and build you
profile,
bigger. Yeah, exactly.
So talk to me about that. So they would go to you and they would say, hey, we don't have magazine sponsorship deals, but now because of social, if you get a post and you tag us and it gets this many likes, you get a bonus?
Yeah, it would just be like that in the contract. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, and so whenever I'd post something, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to make sure this thing blows up because I want to get my bonus. Like,
and did they pay your bonuses?
Always.
Wow.
Yeah, they were always good about it.
You're probably one of the only guys like on that as far as freestyle now, because our contest scene's pretty much dead, sort of thing.
Why is that?
I mean, like X Games now, it's just best trick. There's only 6 or 7 riders. Most of 9 out of 10 are Aussie. But
seriously,
yeah. Fun fact: I think 32 or 34 of the last 45 best trick medals have been won by Australians. So,
damn.